Welcome to this new lesson in the Photography Masterclass. In this lesson and the following ones, we're going to learn how to edit your photos in Photoshop itself, not using Camera Raw. So first, we're going to get a quick refresher of how you can open an image in Photoshop. If it's a JPEG or compressed image and you right-click it and choose Open with Photoshop, or literally just drag or drop it into the Photoshop icon on a Mac, or if you're in Photoshop and choose File, Open, and then choose that JPEG, it's going to open it in Photoshop itself. If you open up a raw image in Photoshop by right-clicking and opening in Photoshop, let's go ahead and try this one. Then it's going to open it up in Camera Raw, and then you can either choose Open Image, or remember, if you hold Shift down, you open it as a Smart Object, which allows us to easily go back to Camera Raw in the future. Well, for this lesson, we're not really worried about going back to Camera Raw, even though that's the best practice. So those are the two ways you can open up, or the multiple ways you can open up in Photoshop. In this lesson, we are going back to the basics, and I want to show you how to do basic things like cropping, affecting white balance, exposure, and things like that. So to crop, we have a crop tool on the left-hand sidebar. Clicking that brings up the crop tool. You probably won't see this overlay look like this when you start out. It looks like that for me because I already have an aspect ratio plugged in here at the top. You have a variety of aspect ratio presets up here, or you can type in a specific one over here in these two numbers down here. If you choose one like 5:7, for example, but you want it to be 7:5, just click this swap button in the middle, which swaps the height versus the width. So say I want this to be a profile image 1:1. I can choose that and then just click and drag around the edges to resize it. I can click in the middle to move the photo around. I can hover over the corners to rotate as well. Once I'm done cropping, happy with it, and you notice that it has the grid overlay, which is great, you can press the return key on your keyboard to sort of save that crop. Now you might be a little worried because if you click the crop tool again from the move tool, which is kind of like the main tool that we're using in Photoshop, it looks like we can't adjust it back to the original setting. Just go ahead and click outside the square itself or the inside of the image, and then you get the full image back. I really quickly want to show you this straighten tool that we learned in Camera Raw. It's a cool way that you can level out horizons or any lines in your image. So if I click on that, and then I click and drag across a horizon, it's going to straighten it out. Now, the one thing that the crop tool doesn't do automatically is, see how in this bottom right-hand corner, we're selecting outside the image? You want to make sure that you're careful of that, and you're only choosing the image itself. So this might be a balance of rotating, leveling your horizons, making sure everything's good. You can also check this check mark up here to commit current crop operation. It's the same as pressing the return key. So that's how you crop an image in Photoshop, just in the main view. Remember, if your Photoshop doesn't look quite like this, just go up to Window, Workspace, and then choose Essentials. While I'm there, I'm going to show you how to quickly rearrange the workspace a little bit by clicking and dragging these panels up or down to get more space. I'm not going to work too much with the color or the swatches in this lesson or in this course, but I do want to make sure that I work with this layers panel quite a bit. And that's pretty much it for now.